Hello students, I am K. Thavamani, Assistant Professor of Statistics, Department of Mathematics, KSR College of Arts and Science for Women. In this video, I will discuss about statistical method and its application. Let's see the measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion is also known as measures of variability of data set. Some common measures of dispersions are range, standard deviation, quartile deviation, variation, mean deviation and coefficient of variation. The first one is range. The range is the simplest measures of dispersion and is calculated by subtracting the minimum value from the maximum value in a data set. Standard deviation. The standard deviation is the square root of the variance and provide a measure of dispersion in the same units as the original data. It indicates the average distance of data point from the mean. Variance. The variance measures of average squared deviation of each data point from the mean. Quartile deviation. Quartile deviation is a measure of dispersion based on the spread of the middle 50% of data. It is calculated by subtracting the first quartile from the third quartile. The formula for quartile deviation is Q3 minus Q1 whole divided by 2. Mean deviation. The mean deviation measures the average absolute difference between each data point and the mean. Next one is coefficient of variation. The coefficient of variation is the ratio of the standard deviation to the mean. Expressed as a percentage, it provides a relative measure of variability that allows for comparison between data set with different unit or scale. Correlation. Correlation refers to the relationship between the two variables. Correlation is denoted by R. The formula for correlation coefficient is given by R equal to sum of xi minus x bar into yi minus y bar divided by square root of sum of xi minus x bar whole square into square root of sum of yi minus y bar whole square. The range of correlation coefficient is minus 1 to plus 1, where R equal to 1, it indicates perfect positive correlation. If R equal to minus 1, indicate perfect negative correlation. If R equal to 1, indicate no correlation between the two variables. Types of correlation: positive and negative correlation. The second one is simple and multiple correlation. The third one is partial and total correlation. The fourth one is linear and non-linear correlation. Positive correlation upon the direction of change of the variable. If the two variables tend to move together in the same direction, then the correlation is called positive correlation. If negative correlation, if the two variables tend to move in opposite direction, the correlation is called negative correlation. In simple correlation, we study only two variables. The relation is described as simple correlation. In multiple correlation, we study more than two variables simultaneously. Partial correlation. The study of two variables excluding some other variable is called partial correlation. In total correlation, all the facts are taken into the account. Linear correlation. If the ratio of change between two variables is uniform, then it will be linear correlation. In non-linear correlation, the amount of change in one variable does not bear the constant ratio of amount of change in other variable. Next is regression. Regression analysis is a statistical measure used to model the relationship between a dependent variable and one or more independent variable. The primary goal of regression analysis is to understand and predict the value of dependent variable based on the value of the independent variable. Y equal to beta naught plus beta 1 into x. X is the independent variable, then b naught and b1 is the, beta naught is the intercept, beta 1 is the slope of the variable. Next, probability. Probability is a measure of the chance of occurrence of the event. Mathematically, the probability of event A denoted by probability of A. The probability of A is denoted by the number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcome. Probability is typically expressed as a number between 0 and 1, where a probability 0 indicates that the event will not occur. The probability of 1 indicates that the event will definitely occur. Example, a coin is tossed once. What is the probability of getting tail in tossing a coin? Solution. The formula for probability is the number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcome. In this coin tossing, the total number of outcome is 2. we get the favorable outcome 1. So probability of A equal to 1 by 2 equal to 50%. Thank you.